Check 1 2. Check 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 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Holy Redeemer Athletic Network. John Mendola with you here this afternoon, joined by Coach Mark Atherton, who coaches at Crestwood High School, but has a son on the team here and knows the game of basketball. Exciting times, executive education out of District 11. Got to see them earlier this year, Mark, against Wilkes-Barre, a quality opponent, and the 1 seed.
Well, this will be a real exciting game tonight. Redeemer played an outstanding game against Southern Columbia. I'm excited to see, tonight how they take on Executive when they play them defensively, whether they continue their man-to-man or if they go back into a little zone or maybe back and forth, switch it up a little bit.
And we see Holy Redeemer ran into some trouble this year, not too often, but when they did, a little bit of different matchups, and I think that's what Executive kind of brings, a different type of matchup, not where a kid's just going to go big against Prochac. It's a little different dynamic.
Yeah, I think it's going to be – I think one thing Redeemer has that could really hang in here is they have very good, strong guard play. So I don't think the ball pressure Executive will bring will really cause problems or wear out one guy because they have three good guys that could really carry the team with their ball handling.
So Perta and Wright getting the start. And here comes number 11, the go-to guy, Justice Schultz. Kozerski's put on a whole bunch of muscle. Looks like a totally different kid than what I saw 2 years ago. And Matty Prochac may have played his best game, according to Coach Layton, the assistant coach, in his last game, and just said he was lights out.
Outstanding. 32 points. Hit him from inside, outside, ran the floor, tip-ins, offensive rebounds, scored in a variety of ways, and they're going to need that tonight.
So we are here at Lehighton Elementary Center. So it's an interesting venue, brand new in the last couple of years. And we're talking 6'11" there, Prochac. He looks kind of small there right
Yeah,
now.
that's one of the few times you see him look small against anybody.
So that is Mustafa Sanow, who is just a junior. So we'll see a little bit of everybody. The go-to guy for Executive will wear 0. So here we are in the opening couple of moments here. Justice Schultz, one of the best guards that you'll see, and he misses his first shot. And Executive will come down the other way. They've got all kind of different type of athletes, including Gabe Hornsberger, who can hit that three and is a really good dribbler. He wasn't a starter in that game against Wilkes-Barre, but came on and played some good ball. There's a drive right there, and the Raptors missed, but they get the rebound. Jeremiah Bembry. They just know how to put the ball in the bucket. So a little full court pressure here out of Executive, and they'll go way up court. Prochac wide open. He'll take the long ball. Didn't make that. Justice Schultz gets his hand in there. Kozerski. And then it'll go off of Kozerski. I was hoping maybe Matty P would have drove that thing in.
Yeah, it looked like it was wide open, but he might be feeling it from last game when he was nailing all those threes. But I agree. Take it to the hole there.
So just try to keep it close. We saw Pittston area the other night against Shippensburg. Alcemenza played their pace. They kept it close the whole way, just unable to get it done at the end. And that was a tough situation there with a really talented Shippensburg team. 5A's no joke, Mark. You know pretty well, 4A, 5A. It's tough to get out of your own district, let alone get going in the state playoffs.
Yes, it is. Pittston did a great job.
Kozerski with a big rebound there. Gets it over to Justice Schultz here with 6:25 to go here in the Holy Redeemer Athletic Network. John Mendola joined by Coach Mark Atherton, and they call a carry. Recognize some of these officials from like some of the college games. Guy who made the call there looked like a guy I saw at Wilkes earlier this year in the women's. But, hey, we got to play the game. There's going to be some buckets and some non-buckets, some non-calls and some calls. So that a strip there, and they're going to call a foul, and it's going to be on the floor. So the first foul of the afternoon.
Yeah, and that's one of the keys today. Justice has to stay out of foul trouble. The only game they really got beat soundly was Hazleton, and he was in foul trouble.
So they go to the corner. Here's the freshman. That is off the mark, and a big rip rebound there by Prochac. Kozerski Noses roll. Here's outside ball game. So a nice shot there by Zach Perta going long distance. And 3-2 Redeemer lead. So Perta and Wright will be big role players today, and can't wait to see Jacob Hunter. He's a real nice athlete. Inside, that's hard to miss that one. So a nice dish there to Sano, and it's 4-3. The pressure, it's hard to simulate that pressure you're going to get against an athletic team like this.
Yeah, I'd like to see Redeemer get somebody in the middle on that pressure to help out. Normally they could get by guys. This is a little bit different of athleticism they're used to dealing with.
Inside and poked from behind there by Perta, so a nice job there. Back over to Justice Schultz. Spacing is going to be important here against this team. Here's Schultz for three. Can't connect. Tried to get the rebound was Prochak. Kozerski does the job. Lost it but cuts fouled. Those are the things Kozerski's going to need to do today.
If Kozerski could play a great role in this game, if he takes up space and he's a brick wall on the defensive end on their drives, he could have a huge role today.
And hitting some free throws will be important for Jeff. So Jeffrey is, 6'4", about that.
Maybe 6'3", 6'4", but he's strong as a bull.
That Kozerski bloodline is strength. The whole family has had it. Everybody remembers Bruce Kozerski played with the Bengals 12 or 13 years, something like that. And just another relative here. 4:59 on the clock. 4-3 is the count. Kozerski on his second free throws. Misses that one. So it stays 4-3. Gets a team foul against Executive, but that's about it right now. We're still in the first quarter. Decent crowd still filtering in. A little bit of a late crowd today. Kozerski gets a forearm there right inside. So Bembry gets fouled. One thing didn't happen yet here, and we're just still in the beginning stages of the first, is our guy, Single Zero, is the offensive threat all over the place. He hasn't really gotten into the flow yet, but I'm sure that's coming. Schultz will guard him. Off the screen, long distance, and they connect. So a nice shot there by Schneck. 7-3 is the count.
There they have somebody in the middle now. Prochak went to the middle.
So the Raptors of the Lehigh Valley. Executive Education, here is Schultz. Guarded there by the freshman. Gets rid of one. Fronts that. Tries to tip it. Still alive, and then it comes back over to the Raptors. 4:08 on the clock. Here comes the drive right on the baseline, and 9-3, a half dozen lead here for the Raptors. Prochak gets it back over to Perta. Back over to Schultz and Wright. No substitutions yet. And usually as the playoffs go on, you get a little tighter bench. There is Prochak. Missed that jumper. 3:39 on the clock. Bembry. Schultz trying to guard. He's got a bigger guy here to take care of. Jumper there by Bembry. Misses that over the back. Clearly no call. I mean, he's a daddy long legger, but that was clearly over the top there.
Yeah, he definitely looked like he went over the back, but they let him play.
And we got a call over here on the side. It'll be the second foul coming up.
You know, I don't mind the pace for Redeemer. I think the pace is there for them, and I think they could get the ball to the basket. They're a little timid right now, but I think once one of them scores it, they're going to realize they're going to be able to get to the basket on these guys. I look for Justice right now to go to the basket.
So Justice does a great job of just getting that ball, and he had a guy right in his shirt, and that was Schneck. Prochak sets a screen up there. Schultz looking to find a body. Wright tries to dribble across. Up and under. What a good move by Darrell Wright. 9-5, and it gets knocked away there by Wright. It's not easy when you're probably 5'7", going around a 6'11" guy.
No, not at all. That was a great play, and they certainly needed that basket badly.
2:49 on the clock here to first. John Mendola, Mark Atherton here on the Holy Redeemer Athletic Network. Paul Guido at the helm over there trying to see what he can do to stay tight here with executive education. And they're an underdog today, probably not by double digits, but they're going to have to play some of their best basketball of the year to take down this opponent. 2:20 on the clock. Still trying to set things up right with the jumper off the rim, and just the freshman for the rebound, Gabe Hornberger. Hornberger could shoot the three. There's a travel.
Walk.
They got it. So, Mark, getting the nerves out here in this first quarter is not easy. Inside play, maybe by Prochak or somebody. We had to drive there by Wright helped. But we need either somebody to knock down a three here for the Royals or that inside ball game.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Pro get on the block himself right now. He's out on the rim. He's out in the arc, but he's kind of going inside a little bit. So I see a dribble drive and maybe a dump down to him. Something to get him scoring around the basket.
2 fouls on Kozerski now at the 1:54 mark. Will that bring in our guy, number 10, Jacob Hunter? Here are the Raptors now trying to, again, see what they can do. There's quickness. Justice Schultz up. And a finisher by Darrell Wright. That's a big play. Finishing layups in the playoff, you've got to be in the 90 percentile to get that done. 9-7, they're within 2. Nice position right now for the Royals, fighting all the way back here. The Raptors. Raptors not saying we want to go with Kozerski to try to get his third foul here in the first. Backdoor cut and Jam City. (11-7) is the score with 49 seconds here on the clock. Schultz for the jumper. Score it.
Get in there. He deserved that one.
That was a Carnival wanted to come out, a Carnival shot, right?
You know, this will be interesting, John, the matchups. So you take a big guy out, Kozerski. How are they going to – there they go.
So Matty Pro will go on him. They'll get the guard in here, Rylan Munez. So 34 seconds. The Raptors, not sure they're the kind of team that says, hey, let's give it one shot here. I think they have free reign to do whatever they want here, as long as it's an open look. And off the dribble and the runner off the front of the rim, and Prochak with the rebound. So they missed by Schneck. And Redeemer has a chance to either tie it or go up one. Now is where I think you just want one shot.
Absolutely. One or none, right?
Yep, Justice Schultz with the basketball. 8 seconds. Goes, bombs away, Lorraine. Can't connect. A little too quick on that trigger. 3 seconds now. Don't let him get a shot and don't foul. And get away with it. 2-point advantage, the Raptors. John Mendola, Mark Atherton here on the Holy Redeemer Athletic Network. We'll be right back. We are back, quarter number 2. Here on the Holy Redeemer Athletic Network. Inside ball game and a score right off the bat makes it 13-9.
Redeemer came out in a little zone right there. I think a nice change-up by Coach Guido.
Prochak gets the basketball, shoots the 3 again, and way off the mark. So that confidence not helping early when you get a big, and Maddie's one of those kids, he's a great young man, but he shoots 3 outside shots, misses them. You don't want him to go down when he could make some inside shots and get going for you. So it's a little bit of a coaching player thing. Guido's going to have to get with him quick. There's a 3 from Rylan Muniz. Back over to Perta and now Schultz. There's what you said. Prochak getting big underneath, Mark.
Yeah, I'd like to see them find him on the block and see what he could do. There you go.
Beautiful move. That was gorgeous. One of his best moves of the year, that quick turnaround and just a lefty lay-in. He's a righty.
Beautiful.
16-11. Steal. Schultz throw it down for the Royals. 16-13.
Redeemer goes back to man-to-man here. You know, even though they scored 5 points off of their zone, it's not a bad little switch up there just to get them thinking a little bit.
And backcourt, little momentum and a little crowd getting into it, and here comes the substitution. So Kobe McGee wearing single 0 today. Was supposed to wear 20. Could have forgot the jersey, did something, who knows, but we saw him against Wilkes-Barre. Here's Prochak in big underneath. Outside, Perta bombs away Lorraine. 16 y'all.
Perta and the boys were at the Kingston Rec yesterday. I was watching through the upstairs window. He was nailing every one of his threes. Wouldn't that be funny if it carries over to today?
That's awesome. Oh, a steal here by Perta. And the speed by Perta. And almost a finisher, but Matty Prochak. Oh, big bucket. 18-16. Mean Machine. Timeout Raptors. That'll get the Royal family going.
That certainly got the faithful going. That's a great run for the Royals.
We'll take an audio timeout. John Mendola, Mark Atherton will be right back. We are back at it here in the second quarter. Game going quickly, Mark. It always seems like state playoff games fly by. We got 5 minutes and change here in the second quarter, and Redeemer with a lead, and Wright coming over to poke that ball out. I love what Perta and Wright are doing right now for the Royals.
Oh, they're doing a great job. Their pressure has really bothered executive guards. I don't know if you want to call them role players, because I don't know if they are role players. They are playing outstanding.
They are, absolutely. Nice take there by the Big Daddy, but he gets it back. McGee kicks it back out, three-pointer, and you knew that was going to go. That is Schneck for 3. 19-18. Advantage Raptors. Hunter in that corner pocket over there, in for Kozerski right now with 2 fouls. Matty Pro trying to go down. There's Hunter off the dribble. Tried to stick it in. Bounced out. Not a bad look. Schneck way downtown. I think that's his third three.
You got to close out on that. He pulled up a step short, Justice.
3 threes for the senior. 22-18, 4-point advantage. Wright got stuffed over there. Great save, but he's out of bounds. That's okay by Wright. Draw a little attention. Maybe you draw a foul.
Absolutely. Or next time, maybe draw the big, too, and then dump down.
So the inbound here from Redeemer, 4:20 to play. Appreciate you joining us. And what do we got here? Technical or?
Double foul.
Double technical, 2 and 5.
What is that all about?
So whose ball is it? Is the question. Does it go with the arrow or does it go back to the team who had the ball?
I believe they'll go to the arrow.
Are they both? Well, let's see. 5 comes out. Wright stays in. And the ball's going to go over in the middle. Let's see. The officials are trying to sort this out. It is an unusual call. I don't get many of these throughout the year.
Absolutely. And you know what? These guys probably do college too, or a couple of them. So high school and college sometimes differ on these rules.
So it is going to be Holy Redeemer basketball. Let's see if this arrow switches on the inbound. Did not. And Hunter's shot is short. So now here comes McGee down the other end, back over to the freshman. Haven't seen much or heard much right now out of Hornberger. He's definitely a silent weapon. He's only a freshman, could shoot the 3. But this guy right now is red hot. Not on that one. But a good rebound. That's going to be a late foul, and it is the right call. Body went into him. Was waiting to see if he regained his composure there.
Absolutely. Good call by the official. I think we have to make sure Redeemer has to really box out on every one of these shots.
So Hunter on the foul. That's 5 fouls right now in Holy Redeemer with 3:51 to go. Munez was open. Here's Hornberger guarded by Hunter. And the guy that is the go-to guy from downtown is Schneck, number 3. Wright is guarding him. Schultz playing some tough D, no reach-in call there. 3:33 on the clock. The Redeemer faithful getting into it a little bit more. Hornberger, the freshman. Got plenty upside there for the Raptors in blue. Holy Redeemer in white. Schneck off the mark, and Hunter's going to get called on the second foul. That's
Yeah, Jacob has to really check his guy on those shots and make sure he boxes him out.
Just beat him to the spot by a hair and just lurked behind him. Jacob is such a good athlete. He's got that vision. He's just got to feel him more, and as these games go on in the state playoff, they get a little bigger, and every little athlete makes every little play that much more. So Wright is now down there against McGee, giving up a foot. And the tip in didn't make it. Hunter comes up with a rebound. And here's a foul. And Hunter was thinking of throwing that ball over to Wright, but his one foot was out of bounds. He got poked in the eye or something.
He looked at him, right?
Yeah.
But he was smart enough to know he was at a foot out of bounds. So, but see, that's what happens. Jacob, and you could get away with those rebounds. Now you get to the States, and every round you have to box out better. And right there, he showed his athleticism getting that rebound.
16 fouls versus 4 team fouls. Kozerski's still on the bench with 2 fouls as Hunter has gotten into the ball game here. We need some instant offense. Can Perta light it up? No. They said it was a travel. Oh, that's a tough one.
Once again, a debatable call because in our conference, that's not a walk. Guys take that little step to shoot.
And Guido saying, I didn't even know he had the ball when they called the travel. That was, again, it is what it is. 2:47 on the clock, 4-point deficit. The Raptors with the basketball, try to go down low. They double, triple, stay on the ball, Justice Schultz, and they say it's a jump ball. And it's going the Royals' way. That's fortunate for them. That's what you got to do against McGee. He is so deadly. You bring that ball low, they got guys grabbing at it here.
And our guards are so quick. They've done a great job there. I'm looking for Schultz maybe to go off in these last 2 minutes get something. They're playing zone now, executive, so we'll see how it goes.
Justice Schultz back over to right. Now to Perta, who's been deadly from beyond the arc. Perta again. This ain't no Kingston Rec. This is Lehighton Elementary.
He has come up huge in this first half.
22-21. The Raptors now will drive and will get a foul. Now, who's this one going against? Hunter with his third foul. But he's got 3. Kazurski's got 2.
Yeah, definitely. I thought a tough call. He's sideways a little bit, but he showed his hands straight up, kept them back.
Free throw a little long.
But Redeemer's going to have to adjust to the officiating if they want to have a shot here going into the fourth quarter.
22-21. John Mendola, Mark Atherton with you here on the Holy Redeemer Athletic Network. So we're going to bring in number 40 here. For Holy Redeemer.
Chris Papchak into the game for Jacob. He's another good athlete. Jumps well, plays a role, rebounds.
Papchak's a senior. Let's see what he can do here in the last 2 minutes of the first half to keep Redeemer right here, down 2. Right now, Perta's been red hot. You wait for Schultz to go off, and he draws the foul on the 6'11" Tolley for the Raptors. And you can see right now, Mark, I think you sense a little bit of, I don't want to say Redeemer getting into their heads, but they're hanging with them. They're showing them they're athletic. They're showing them they can make plays, and they've played steadies. And the Raptors right now, they're thinking. They're looking over to the bench. The coach is saying, hey, relax a little bit.
Right. There's no doubt he's trying to get them relaxed. And every minute that goes by, Redeemer's going to get more confidence, and Executive's going to get a little bit tighter as that fourth quarter goes, and if it's this close.
Buck 43 to go. It is 23 apiece. And look at Prochek. That was like a Lego set or something trying to unwrap it. So Matty P not backing down there, but they're going to call it on him. You know, I'm kind of okay with that call, though.
Yeah, he's trying to get control. It started down the other end, and now the official is going to quick call it. Now Matt's got to make sure he doesn't pick up a quick second here.
Right.
They need him. He's too valuable.
I like the non-back down. You know, I think that's important for the Royals to just say, hey, we're here to play with you. We're tied up. Sano, big miss, and a big rebound there by Prochak, and a foul going the other way.
You know, one thing we can say is that the refereeing has been consistent, though. They are calling it close, but it's both ways.
Absolutely. 8 team fouls for Redeemer, 6 team fouls for the Raptors, so one more. And I think if you're Coach Guido right now, he takes a seat like, hey, let's just see how this plays out. Let's get the best look we could here. And spacing will be important. You see McGee, who is probably 6'6" or 6'8", leaning out on Perta, who's just been shooting fantastic. The give to Prochak, and he gets fouled by Seno. Nice job there by Perta.
He's so smart. He uses his body, John. Pro uses his body so well down there and draws a lot of contact.
And there's some schools interested in Matt Prochak. And one local coach, Division III, was like, man, I'd love to get Matt Prochak on campus here in the Wilkes-Barre, Scranton area.
Absolutely. Who wouldn't?
And he's just so fit. You know, his brothers were a little thicker. Matt has really worked hard. He got to see some of the fruits of the labor in his brothers, his sister working, and he's just really fit.
He really is. And the beautiful part about him, he could go inside or outside, which a lot of colleges want to see.
25-23, Redeemer here at Lehighton Elementary. That's off of the Raptors. Justice Schultz getting fired up. And these guys talking to each other right now for the Raptors, not liking what they're seeing. Darrell Wright better get that basketball.
Oh, boy.
If it would have bounced off his backside, that would have been horrific. Just under a minute to go. 2-point lead could stretch to 4 or 5.
Justice is calling for one shot. 50 seconds to go. We'll see if they could hold the ball that long. I think with their guard play, they could.
Hornberger, the freshman, will guard him. He's looking out at the official. You don't want to be extra fancy, just fancy enough to where they ain't getting the ball.
Maybe he's calling for play number 1.
Justice Schultz high off the rim and the backboard, 27-23.
He's locked in, John. He's locked in.
Backyard basketball at its finest right there on that shot. And Executive Education starting to feel a little pressure. 14 seconds. And a foul going the other way. What a job for the Royals of working through that Darrell Wright.
That's 3 fouls on him, too.
That's big.
You get the 6'10", 6'11" guy out of there. That's big for them. Opens up the lane for Justice.
Patrick Alou now into the lineup for the Raptors with 7 seconds to go till halftime. Schultz, extra dribble, 2 seconds. No foul call, gets stuffing ball, and that's it. I'll take the 4-point lead if you're the Royals. Mark Atherton, final thoughts before halftime here?
Well, I thought it gave certainly the Royals a lot of confidence. They know they could play with them. They know they're right there. As a matter of fact, a 4-point lead. I think Executive has to go in at halftime. A little surprised knowing, hey, we're in a big-time game here. These guys are ready to play. They're athletes here at Redeemer, and this is anybody's game.
We'll take it to half. We'll be back here in the John Mendola Show with the Holy Redeemer Athletic Network. We're back and ready to go for the second half. John Mendola, Mark Atherton, coach of Crestwood. And you got a son on the team, and I'm sure it's been challenging. You know, your daughter played basketball this year. Your son played basketball. You got a coach. There's a lot of things going on in the household. Your wife obviously has her hands full with all that stuff, but a busy year. Every night you had something going.
Yeah, it is. It's a busy year, but, basketball is in our blood. We all love it, and we had a great year watching everybody play.
Second half expectations here. I guess we're going to see early what the Raptors do to respond down 4. They're not used to this.
No, I'm interested to see who they go to. They've got to try to keep number 11 out of foul trouble. Certainly their big guy.
So Kozerski starts out early. Kozerski got bopped in the head there, and inadvertently on the shot. And for Kozerski to go down, had to be pretty hard.
Yeah, I think an elbow. It looked like an elbow maybe came down on top of him.
So they'll take a look at Jeffrey Kozerski here. Paul Guido, the head coach, runs in along with the trainer that is assigned here. And they'll take a peek at Kozerski. Prochak talking to the official. Kozerski does get up. He'll come off. So that'll bring in either Hunter or Papchik. Let's see what Coach Layton, Coach Guido decide here.
Well, they're looking at the floor, so that tells me there might be either some sweat. Yeah, it looks like some sweat, right?
Okay.
I was hoping it wasn't blood.
Right.
Papchak.
Papchak into the lineup.
Hunter with 3 fouls probably made that decision easy.
4-point lead for Redeemer. Long 5 seconds. Here's the first runner from the freshman. He comes up short, Hornberger, and tipped up in the air, and they get it back, McGee. Well, that was a big possession there. You would have loved to get that if you were the Royals. Here's number 3 again, Schneck. Jalil Schneck's pretty good. So is McGee. Hornberger didn't have much of an opportunity in the first half. They kick it back outside. McGee for 3. Nails it. Schultz goes down. Slow to get up. 27-26. Darrell Wright. The Raptors look like they're going to get right in the grill here of the Royals. Here is Schultz. Goes strong to the bucket. Can't get the roll. Slipped on that floor. Steal. And one! What a play by Darrell Wright.
He's been a thorn in their side, and it continues in the second half.
So Darrell Wright, everything going right for that fella today. He has made some monster plays for the Royals and a 29-26 advantage Royals.
I see Schultz tying his shoe. I'm hoping he's okay. He's gimping a little bit.
Trying to get that ankle feeling as tight as it possibly could. 3 guys there for the rebound. Perda trying to stay in the pocket of Bembry.
Walk.
Travel. Love the way these Royals are responding right now. 6:40 to go.
You know what? They're doing so well. They're just playing great one-on-one D, and I don't think Executive has a lot going on if you take them out of their one-on-one game.
Matty Pro trying to get inside on the Tolly there and poked away. Prochak's got to try to get elbow. Here comes McGee, big jam. Royals got to keep their heads up here. 29-28, they're up 1. Prochak's going to come right back to it. Can't give up on going right at Sanau, who has 3 fouls. Pick outside. Justice Schultz. Somebody's got to save it. 2 guys got there. 555s on the board here in the third. .551. Guido's got to think of a timeout in the pocket. Not that you want to call a timeout, but if it goes south here. And it ain't South because they're still on the front end of the scoreboard, but want to try to keep that momentum going.
Yeah, I'd like to see them come back again and Prochak on the block with the big guy for executive 3 fouls. Look at that.
Schultz glides through the lane. That's what he does best. 31-28. 5:20 on the clock. Bembry now with the basketball. He is guarded over there by Perda. And Schultz guarding Kobe McGee. Schneck was the 3 threes in that first half. Was deadly. You got to watch baseline here every time McGee touches the basketball. Drives in. Something ain't so pretty, but he makes it. Just found a way. 31-30. Players like that know how to make those kind of plays. Here comes Wright. Prochak. It's a save and a decent save there. But Prochak missed that 3. Guido barking out some commands. Schneck with the basketball. Gets it back out to McGee.
Yeah, I'd like to see Perda go after the offensive rebounds too. Papchak is in there battling, saved a couple, but nobody's there to get it. Beautiful curl.
Schneck tried to get a putback right there. It's going to go the other way. So a nice job there by Redeemer, just staying alive, leading by 1. Very limited fouls this quarter, just 1. We're almost at that halfway mark. John Mendola and Coach Mark Atherton with you here on the Holy Redeemer Athletic Network this afternoon at Lehighton Elementary. Beautiful campus here in Lehighton. Just one side of bleachers, and crowd is filled in pretty good. Schultz for the jumper, rims out, tipped in by Prochak. Big play by Matt. That was tight if that ball was on that cylinder.
Yeah, that was. And what Justice doing that, drew the big guy just enough to give Pro the ability to tap that in.
We had a perfect angle right here up in the bird's nest at Lehighton Elementary. 33-30, a 3-point advantage here for Holy Redeemer with the Raptors. Schneck missed, but Hornberger there to pick it up. So Hornberger, the freshman's first bucket of the afternoon, and a 1-point deficit. Hunter still on the bench. Kozerski coming out of the training room. Matt Prochak throws one up, but there was plenty of bodies there, including Hornberger. Steal by Wright, but stolen back, and now it's going the other way. You got to get down court. Don't give up. And a travel call. McGee looking like, what are you talking about? Well, even Coach Ray Barbosa talking to the other official about he couldn't believe that was a travel call. But, hey, there's been a couple of calls. Mark Atherton has said it clearly. Calls have gone both ways. They've been consistent.
Absolutely. They've been consistent in the way they've reffed, and the team has to adjust to it.
Perda now with the basketball. He has played very well as a junior. Him and Darrell Wright. Hunter's a junior. Kozerski's only a junior. Perda, jumper, score the bucket off the dribble. He is playing lights out.
He's playing great. I'd like to continue to see him attack the rim along with Justice. I think they need to continue to do that.
35-32, 3-point advantage.
Especially they have their big guy now out, resting him maybe for the 4th, keeping him at 3 fouls.
2:10 on the clock. McGee way out there. It's long. It's up in the air, and Schneck comes up with it. So a nice job by Jalil Schneck. Here is Bembry. Back with the basketball at $1:53 to go. Still a 3-point royal lead, that is. They almost lost that one. McGee driving, and McGee finishing. McGee's just dangerous when he gets the basketball.
So smooth, right? So smooth.
Total confidence. It doesn't even look like he's putting out a full effort a lot of times. Saw that earlier against Wilkes-Barre. Prochak's got to be careful and watch the offensive foul. He's going to get called any second. Just stay where he is. Justice Schultz, jumper, jumper, jumper. And now we're going to get a foul down there by Darrell Wright. Maybe a little makeup call. Prochak probably had one down here.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, once you go with that inside hand when you're defending, it gives the referee, it opens up for the referee to call a foul.
Jacob Hunter in. Only one team foul apiece. 3-point Royal lead. $1:15 on the clock. Quarter 3. And Lehighton Elementary School is the setting for this big game. Jacob Hunter, the athlete's got to finish. Oh, taken down hard, and he fell. The defender did fall, I would say. I don't think he tried to run him over and bulldoze him.
I think he tripped, but he grabbed him to fall down, so Redeemer really gets the short end of the stick. Wow, on the floor.
That's a tough call. $1:12 on the clock. And not many times in your life you're going to get steamrolled from behind. Again, don't think it was intentional, but
no,
it looked a lot worse. Royal Faithful given the boos.
It's a big bucket here.
3-point lead. Right, or that is Purda. And we got a foul on the floor. Well, Purda took it to the rack.
See, they're so worried about Justice. It's opening up for Purda to drive, and they're not really helping off. He's doing a great job of attack. He can beat anybody off the dribble. And if he keeps finishing, I love their chances.
Getting to that free throw line is important. The officials have had plenty of conversations with the players. I haven't seen a game like this where they're just talking to different dudes at different times, explaining what the calls were and what happened.
Wait till the fourth quarter hits. It's going to be a lot of explaining.
Purda with a free throw. Beautifully done. One more to go. A little short.
Fell back on his shot a little bit.
1 minute to play in the third. 4-point lead. Matches the biggest Redeemer lead of the afternoon. Purda working through every pick he possibly could. It's like an invisible man down there. Long distance three. Didn't go, but the rebound by McGee picked away. But McGee comes right back to it. Quick hands by Purda. And now we got a timeout on the floor with 40.8 seconds to go. We'll take a quick audio timeout. Mark Atherton and John Mendola will be right back. We are back here on the Holy Redeemer Athletic Network. John Mendola along with Mark Atherton. Redeemer leads by 2. Trying to handle this full court pressure. Get it over to Purda. He gets trapped. Gets it into Prochak. Back to Purda. Gets pushed, but they do call the foul. That was one of those close ones where you don't know if you're going to get the call, so you're...
Yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, he definitely pushed him. Tough position to be in a referee, but he made the right call there.
3 team fouls, now 4 team fouls as we add one for the Raptors versus 1 for Redeemer. Justice Schultz now with the basketball. Paul Guido, do we take one shot here? Let's see what they do. Purda, Matt Prochak down low. Hunter comes over for a pick. Get it over.
I'd like to see one shot here, and I'd like to see Schultz or Purda go to basket without Mustafa in.
Schultz.
Oh, that's it.
And they call block. It's like a bowling ball. Schultz went. 2 bodies hit the floor, and Schultz draws the foul with 6.9 seconds to go.
I think it was a great call because he was falling down before Schultz even hit him, which actually turns out to be a little dangerous.
2 shots coming. And boy, We talk about those little things, free throws and holding on to the ball, the extra dribble, all that stuff matters deep as the state playoffs keep going forward. Free throw good.
You know, if he can make this and then they get a hold, which obviously is a big if, they'll be in the same boat going in the fourth quarter of 4.
So they bring Kozerski in thinking, okay, he's going to be a presence inside if that ball does come down court. 39-36, Justice Schultz trying to match that biggest lead 4. Score it. So here come the Raptors down court. McGee gets it over to Schneck. They're tied up. McGee for 3. The buzzer. Got it. You knew it. You just knew it. 40-39. That's how tight things get with these guys. And he was the go-to guy when they played Wilkes-Barre. He's the go-to guy most of the year.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Coach Gallardo's doing the right thing, clapping up, trying to encourage them. But as a coach, you're saying, son of a gun, because you know that's a tough one right before the end of the third quarter.
We'll take a timeout. We'll be right back for quarter number 4. Coach Atherton, quarter number 4, we're here already. It's a 1-point Royal lead.
Hey, the Royals proved, obviously, they know not only can they play with this team, they can beat them. It's going to be a great fourth quarter.
It's going to fly by. Who knows, we could even get to an extra stanza. Let's just soak this up. Perda got hit in the grill. It's going to be short, and McGee's going to grab it. So Hornberger got him inadvertently there. Don't know if it affected his shot, but nonetheless, first possession for the Royals goes to a rebound. So here comes the Raptors of Executive Education out of the Lehigh Valley. Schneck for 3, bounces out, rebound. Prochak.
Yeah, I think they got to get through these screens, though. They got a great shot. I'm not sure I like Perda's fadeaway at that first possession there. He's got to go to the basket. They're not even paying attention when anybody else has the ball. They're just staring down, shows, barely seeing them off the ball, so opens it up.
Maybe we could get Darrell Wright off the dribble again because he's been very good today. Here is Schultz. Little long. Tipped in there by Matt Prochak. And a full timeout coming here for the Royals. So you think Sanau, the 6'11 guy, is going to come back in? He's still on that bench.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with that. I mean, if they're trying to play quicker with him or what, but it is opening up the lane a little bit without him in there.
6:57 on the clock. John Mendola along with Coach Mark Atherton. Appreciate you joining us here this afternoon at Lehighton Elementary for the PIAA 3A basketball playoffs. It's been pretty smooth so far. Both teams playing well, and, you know, it's one play here or there is what this seems like it's going to come down to.
Yeah, it's a well-played game. Coach Guido has a lot of timeouts left. I think foul trouble, they're in pretty good shape. I think Hunter's the only one with 3, so that looks good. So this could go either way.
And the Raptors of Executive Education, Schneck just got a water thrown from his family to him over.
Well, that's a good sign, isn't it? You know he needs another water. At least
Absolutely.
He's been working that hard.
Absolutely. And he's played very well for them today.
Yeah, he's really hit some huge shots. And you have to wonder if Darrell Wright's getting worn down, you know, guarding him.
Well, here we go. It'll be Bembry, who has been more of an offensive force at times this season for them. Here comes McGee just gliding in. Great back cut.
It's a great play coming out of a timeout by Executive.
42-41 Royals. On the right end of things, And you have to wonder at some point here in this fourth quarter, Mark, you might be on the other end. You might be 43-42. You could trail by one. How you respond to that? Up until this point, the Royals have responded to everything.
They really have. I mean, it could be 2 threes that is the difference in the game, or 2 offensive rebound putbacks, whatever it's going to be. You just got to guard against that. Role players have to play their role, and the scorers have to step up and continue to score, and everybody's got to play defense.
They're putting McGee, the athletic guy, on Prochak. Here comes McGee the other way. Justice Schultz gets in the way. Hornberger trying to get it there. McGee, of course, with the shot out of bounds, and it'll stay down here. Well, Hornberger knew where he had to get it to. 5:52 on the clock. Great recovery for the Royals for not making that easy.
No, that was a great recovery, and, if they had that steal at half court, they might get 2 points the other way. So, good recovery, but unfortunately, they didn't get that steal at half court.
You're going to have to stay in the pocket of every guy you guard. Hornberger for 3. He couldn't knock him down. He's a freshman, but seeing it this year against the Wolfpack, he doesn't shoot all game, and then he throws one down.
Yeah, and he has really, you look at his technique, he can make them, but he hasn't done it all game. But Prochak's going to have to go out and guard him now.
Schultz got forced into one there. Didn't make that. Bembry on the other way. Now, Paul Guido calls a timeout as the tables have turned. It's a 4-point Raptor lead.
Yeah, it's tough. A couple turnovers now. Redeemer's got to just get their act together. There's 5.5 ton of time left. Down 4. They have possession. Come out here and get a real good possession right now.
We'll take a timeout. We'll be right back. Mark, what do you think Paul Guido's saying in that huddle?
I think he's telling them, calm your nerves, work the ball, get the best possible shot. I mean, I'd like to see them get something again to go to hole. There 2 more fouls. They're in the 1-and-1. The big guy's out.
Corner. Here's Jacob Hunter. Back over to Purter. Prochak coming over, trying to get position on McGee. Lefty, score it! What a beautiful play by Matty P.
Beautiful footwork.
That's a tough bucket, and to work that lefty, he's been working on some of his big man moves, and that's a huge one. 46-44. Royals down 2. This thing heating up as expected here into the fourth quarter. I think they're looking for a one-on-one drive here, Mark.
That's it. Executives, they're going smaller. They're trying to go one-on-one, spread the court. And Redeemer came back and said, you want to go small? We're going to go big inside. So right now, a lot of coaching going on.
Here is McGee with the basketball, trying to shake and bake Schultz. Schultz is a big-time athlete. And that bucket, they ran right into Prochak, but that's a call they're going to get.
Yeah, he tried to hold his ground, but he turned a little sideways to open it up for the referee to call a foul there.
So just 2 team fouls here for the Royals. You like that. Bembry goes to the free throw line. They're hoping maybe he can miss one of these and, you save face, so to speak. And he does.
Now they got to box out in case he misses this one.
Yeah, McGee is very, very athletic. He's got long arms, so you don't take anything for granted here. And he hits that free throw. 47-44, 3-point advantage. Still plenty of ball game. Like to see Darrell Wright pull something out like he has all game long. But a little quiet here in the fourth, but things change. Sometimes you don't get the momentum. Prochak at the 3 to tie things up. So Prochak missed a few, and he's like, you know what, I'm taking another one.
I'll tell you, how about last possession inside, this one pick and pop.
Hornberger left open off the front of the rim. Rebound, who's going to get this one? And a foul by Matt Prochak.
See, and that's the difference. That's the ones you got to get. You just got to get those rebounds, those long rebounds, and not give them another chance. and they've capitalized throughout the game on second chances.
Got to squeeze that ball. It ain't easy. But in these type of games, it's that one possession here or there. So back over to the Raptors, tied up at 47 here in Lehighton this afternoon on a Sunday parade day in Wilkes-Barre. One eye on the phone and one eye at the parade. And a foul down low. That'll bring team foul number 4. And only the second foul on Schultz.
Yeah, we're in good shape pretty much. Pro has 3 now, I believe, Proshak.
Driver. And another foul here on Prochak. 3:38 to go. 4 fouls now on Matt Prochak.
And he's got to play, he's got to stay in, he's got to play 3:38. He's got to be on the floor.
So here comes Schneck. You're smart in Wilkes-Barre right now, and you're at an establishment. You put your TV on YouTube. You get to watch the game in front of everybody and not on your phone, and still enjoy your time there at the parade. 49-47. Schultz with the basketball. Royals trail by 2. They've led a good portion of this game. Got to fight back, have a chance to take the lead here. Prochak's got 4 fouls.
All right.
They got to come to the ball. Right, Perda. Perda taking it to the rack. He got plenty of action there. No foul. Right call.
It's a right call, good block. Now it's their ball. I like to see that again. Prochak's getting good position on the block. I like to see him go inside with a guy same size as him.
Here is Jacob Hunter. Hunter with a lefty runner, didn't go. Back outside, they're going to go down court. Schneck. Rebound, Prochak.
Go.
Nice job by Matt Prochak hustling down to grab that. They still trail by 2. Justice Schultz throws it up. Prayer City for the Royals, 49 y'all. 2:45 now left to go. Coach Mark Atherton, John Mendola on the Holy Redeemer Athletic Network here in the 4th quarter in Lehighton, Pennsylvania. For the District 11 Executive Education and your Holy Redeemer Royals. 2:27. Bembry. Perda guarding him. Anybody's game. You got to feel there's good and bad coming from this, or, great feelings and some tight feelings coming, but it's everything you bargained for, everything you paid for. This is what it's all about. A lot of hard work for both of these squads.
Yeah, it's a great game. 2 minutes left, tied up. What more can you ask, unless you have the possession, of course.
So that freshman, number 13, Hornberger, has 1 layup and 1 3-point bucket today. In the meantime, that fella, Schneck, has 3 threes today. Right, trying to stay right in his shorts and play as tight as he could. Buck 42, we're down 2. I think the thing is right now you got 4 guys on the court that the Raptors could go through. You throw in number 1, Muniz, who has 1 bucket today. He could probably make 1 too, but you're thinking McGee's the dude. An offensive foul. What a play to take that. Is that Perda or Wright? I think it was Perda.
I think Perda took the charge. He's out. Fouled out.
Bembry hits the bench. That's tough.
He comes back small, continues to go small.
They're keeping the big out. So they're bringing in number 55, Isaiah Brantley. Can you hold on to the ball for a buck 24? They've got 16 fouls, so they can't really foul you.
I love Redeemer's position here. I think if there's something in the lane to the basket wide open, you could do it. They have the guards to hold it if they want. It's a long time to hold it, though.
Buck 15 we're down to. John Mendola joined by Crestwood coach Mark Atherton. Got a son here on the Royals squad. His daughter played with the Royals this year, so He's entrenched. He's loving it. 1 minute to go. Purda now with the basketball. Can you hold on to the basketball? This is what all this hard work and practice. But, boy, this Raptors team is as skilled as you're going to find in the state playoffs. Slick, sly, whatever you want to call it. They've got all the guys to do what they need to do.
You know, they're in the hoop shoot, a hoop group shootout at Parkland. They had the same situation playing ACC. So let's see what they do. They win for one shot. I like the timeout.
Timeout, Paul Guido. 32.5 seconds to go. We'll take a breath. We'll come back. We are back. John Medola joined by Mark Atherton here, the Holy Redeemer Athletic Network. 49 apiece, fourth quarter, 32.5 seconds to go, and it is number 2. Darrell Wright with the basketball. Gets it over to Purda. Schultz is guarded closely down there by Schneck, right down inside of him. 17 seconds now. Prochek's on the other side, guarded by McGee. 14 seconds. Purda gets it over. Jacob Hunter, 3. Long. Still there. Here come the Raptors with 5 seconds, and they call timeout with 4.1 seconds to go. You had to look at the bucket.
Yeah, it was great penetration, great kick out. Hunter could make those. He's made them during the season. Tough one there. And I think Redeemer caught a break, to be honest, because they had a guy break. If they hit up ahead, they may have had a layup.
And that extra second, it was like 5.8, goes down to 4.1. Boy, that's helpful. But the coach is still asking, hey, where's this ball going to be taken out?
It's going to be full court where he took all the timeout. Should be.
You've got one foul to give here. But at the same time, then they come to half court, they get a half court set. So you got to be real careful there.
Yeah, that's that's why I like being up here right now. And I'm kind of relaxing, but I'm kind of not because obviously I'm slightly slanted toward the Royals. Not slightly, but that's a tough one. I think if you get the opportunity, you do it. But what I think is important, you make them catch the ball coming towards our basket. Don't let them catch it on the run going towards their basket because 4 seconds will feel like an eternity if the guy catches it dribbling toward their basket.
You don't want to give up a layup. Three-pointer, anybody on this team for the Raptors can make it. But I think the X factor here is these Royals are good at stealing the basketball. They can fly up, maybe grab that ball, get down court.
Absolutely. They could be aggressive because they have that one foul to give.
So here on the Holy Redeemer Athletic Network, it's John Mendola, it's Mark Atherton. Are we playing for an extra stanza? So I think they're going right here to 55 and right back to McGee's hands. They chose not to, and Purda does do that foul they had to give with 2.2.
I think it worked out well because the guy had the angle on him.
Another timeout coming. So I think it's going, my personal belief is going to go in McGee's hands here.
It's got to. It's going to be some coming off some kind of screen, whether it's to the corner or to the top. But he's going to get something. And it'll be interesting to see if Coach Guido switches on it or if he has him playing tag or how he's going to defend it.
It's pretty quiet right now in here. Everybody thinking, man, this has been a great basketball game. You know, can we throw it to an extra stanza, or is this going to end like this?
Well, at this point, you would hope the kids could maybe go another overtime to give everybody a shot here. But we have watched many of these in the NCAA tournament this past week, game-winning shots. So we'll see what happens here.
And again, the officials, they've called everything consistently today. So, it could come down to something, physical contact or whatever here.
Yeah, you got to watch. Even at 2.2, there shouldn't be a tip-in, but are we going to guard over the ball, Redeemer? What are we going to do?
Hornberger, the freshman, could shoot the three. You've got number 3 back here in Schneck, but I watched the inbound from McGee and right back to him. Here's McGee looking to get it in. Gets it to Schneck. Oh, boy. No foul call. That is one lucky play there for the Royals. They did the Malachi crunch on him.
Yeah, he wanted the call. The coaches wanted the call. That's a tough call to call, a step inside the half court, like that, to end the game with such, playing. But I think you go an extra period and let the kids decide it. This is great for the high school basketball.
And nobody went bananas on either squad. It was just, hey, I would have liked that call. It is what it is. We're going to the extra stanza
Absolutely.
here. Mark Atherton, John Mendola will be back. Overtime, 49 apiece. Bembry stays on the bench, but Matt Prochek has 4 fouls. No extras here in high school.
Yeah, Prochek's got to play very, very smart. He cannot get fouled out in this overtime.
Well, they have not brought back their Tolly in Mustafa Sanow. He's been on the bench. Hornberger with a quick turnover. Oh, he got pickpocketed by Purda.
Calm down.
And Schultz gets taken out. And 2 guys go down, Wright and Schneck. That's going to be on the Raptors.
Schultz should be going to the line, right?
Here he is, getting ready. 3:52, just 8 seconds into this. So Hornberger with a huge steal, and then the pickpocket by Purda.
Yeah, it's amazing. A little lackadaisical by Zach, but then he comes back and makes the play to maybe save 2 points and maybe get us 2 points here.
So here is Schultz. A good athlete, played some football. There are different people around the valley, hey, I'd like to see him go play football. Long jumper, state champ. I mean, why not go do that? I think his passion is basketball, but he can do it. He can do it all.
He can do it all, is right. I mean, I've watched many games this year with him, and he is such an athlete. He's a great kid, too.
2 free throws. 51-49. Royals lead. So now here comes Isaiah Brantley with the basketball, number 55. Backdoor cut, McGee, stolen by Darrell Wright. Right over to Purda. Back over to Wright, back over to Schultz. Great play by Wright and Purda today. Schultz had nowhere to go. Good decision. Hunter kicks it out. Purda's going to drive. Purda runner. Matt Prochek in. Double tip. Back over to get out of that lane. Fall out of there. Whoa, man.
Wow, that would have been big if they could have converted on that, but they got the ball, another possession.
And 1 minute almost gone here in the overtime for the Royals, leading by 2. Whole bunch of this looks good right now. Schultz guarded by Hornberger. Try to go left hand, Prochek up and in, score and 1! The freshman on the foul, and Matt Prochek finishes.
you know, Justice goes by that guy, made him spin around in the lane. Drew help, which opens up Matt to get that rebound. I mean, those two guys have worked very well in scoring and getting offensive rebounds. Now Matt needs to convert this.
Prochak shaking out the nerves right now on that free throw line. He's got 4 fouls. Coming off his best game of the year. He's playing pretty darn well today. That free throw misses. Rebound goes to McGee. 53-49, 2:48. 4-point lead for the Royals.
2-possession game.
So what are the Raptors going to do here? Have to force a turnover by one of their guys that may have a couple nerves. Could it be the freshman or Brantley?
It's the biggest stop maybe of the year for the Royals.
2:23 on the clock. Darrell Wright trying to guard McGee over there. Stolen by Justice Schultz. Keeps the dribble. Gets it over to Darrell Wright. That was Keystone Cop crazy, but they got it. Perda. Back over to Schultz. Guarded over there by Schneck. Perda, $1:49. The clock is bleeding.
Just got to watch these handoffs. They don't jump out and double.
Darrell Wright. Throw up a prayer. Matt Prochak. Hey, Ma, look at that one.
A no-look shot.
Gorgeous play. Prochak, 55-49. 6-point lead. Timeout.
And the crowd's erupting.
Prochak's father even stands up. It takes a lot for that.
What a game. What a game.
Buck,
far from over, though, right?
yeah, $1:28 to go. We're going to catch our breath right now. Mark Atherton, John Mandola will be right back. $1:28 to play, 55-49. We're in overtime. Mark Atherton, John Mandola. Big guys back on the floor, Mark.
Yeah, the big guy, you have to wonder if they're bringing him back. There's got to be something set up for him to maybe get a screen high.
Mustafa Sinau. McGee usually plays with ice in his veins for the Raptors. He's a baller. Against Schultz, long 2 or a 3, bounces out. Matt Prochak, give me that ball.
I'll tell you, I think Redeemer did a great job because in that huddle, I'm not sure if Coach Guido told him, but Zach Perda switched out as they were running off a screen-to-screener play, and he switched beautifully and took that option away.
So we're going to get a substitution in here. Here comes Brantley for Muniz. 6-point Royal lead, the biggest of the afternoon at the biggest time, and Matt Prochak on the free throw line.
And you know what else is big? Next foul is in the double bonus for the Royals.
That's off the front. Buck 13 now. Misses that free throw. 1-3 away. There's a bomb way out there, way off, and Justice Schultz with the rebound. Thought they rushed that a little bit.
Yes, they did.
Schultz gets it over. Here's Darrell Wright, finds Prochak. Oh, he went for the big one, but he gets it now on the foul.
Yeah,
and a T, and maybe that was one of the reasons he was over there.
Wow.
Prochak's just got to stay away at this point. Don't even go over there.
Technical foul.
Justice Schultz goes over to ask some questions.
And the coach better watch it too, because he may be getting one too. Yep.
And he did. At this stage, you got a minute to go. You got to try to hold it together. It ain't easy.
I like to see Prochak go up with that a little quicker. He's going for the dunk.
Yep.
But I'll tell you what a great game he's played. And even Schultz, he really showed a lot of patience this game. He didn't try to force things.
Oh, the guy just
tossed
got
the coach.
thrown out. Yep. He couldn't stop. Couldn't stop.
Frustrated. He's frustrated.
A time when your team needs you. It's a tough moment. It's a challenging moment. But at that point, you still have a chance. I mean, we've seen things in all different types of games change.
John, we were up 6 last year with 20 seconds to go at Chester, and they took it in overtime. I think a couple questionable calls there, but bottom line is it could happen, and they're talking about a minute with that. So, I mean, I think the coach, as much as he was frustrated, and the player both getting these technicals is kind of putting the game, if they hit their free throws out of reach, you still had a good shot, or a shot. Well,
let's see what Prochak could do here on the free throw line. McGee trying to stay positive for his team. Prochak gets that free throw. Saw a smile or two down there from assistant coach Layton. Prochak hits that one.
2 for 2, 4 more, right? Now actually 6 more, right? 2 on the coach and 1 on their player.
His lead could change quickly. Oh, went to 8. Here comes Justice Schultz. (59-49), Justice Schultz. How many times, Mark, you practice these free throws? The backyard, the park, your buddy's house, the gymnasium.
And how many times you say to yourself, shooting 2 free throws in the state semifinals or state finals to yourself when you're in your backyard or your front, in front of your house at the rim? Well, here these guys are.
Yeah, they're getting deeper into these playoffs, and the format, we had that opening round at home this year, so things were a little different for everybody. And then the Royals, get other opportunities during the middle of the week. You play on the weekend. Now you're hoping to play Wednesday, snow delays. But things have really turned out well for them today, and the referee's still having a conversation with the Raptors. And the Raptors, that's a tough spot for them. I mean, they've played everybody. They've played well all year. They've never been in this position. There's some, they put together a nice team down here in the Lehigh Valley, and today's not their day.
It happens, and it's really a good job by the referee because he's talking to the kids who are sitting there. They had about 2 minutes to calm their tempers down and make sure this game ends the right way.
So again, that's what you want to see. You want to see this thing end well. 53 seconds on the clock, 62-49. The Royals here in overtime. It is the 5th stanza. Justice Schultz tried to go throw that down, and hey, with 40-some seconds, I get it. That one off the mark. Here's Schultz. Will try again. That one he got.
Exclamation point.
31 seconds, 64-49. Prochak, right.
Tell you, great victory and for their program and the history of Redeemer. This might be the only time they got to the Elite Eight. I would like to know that, but I'm trying to think back when I saw it. If I saw it in the past, and I can't remember it happening, and that's a huge, huge feat to beat this team here. Wow, that's a great win for them.
Yeah, we start getting old, and we start forgetting a couple things, that's for sure. 12.9 seconds to go. John Mendola joined by Coach Mark Atherton here on the Holy Redeemer Athletic Network. Want to thank J.P. Aquilina, the administration of the Holy Redeemer, and the coaching staff for allowing us to broadcast this game today. We appreciate it. Here comes Matt Prochak. Well earned.
And the thing is, I don't think Redeemer's satisfied. I really believe they think they could play and beat anybody.
Justice Schultz hits it. They got all the elements.
They do.
Bring out Justice Schultz.
There's Jaden Hallstatt coming into the game, giving Schultz his curtain call, right?
Yeah, senior. Hornberger for three. Off the front of the rim. Hornberger for the jumper. Hornberger, 3 for a quarter. Now he kicks it out to McGee. That one's off the mark, and the clock will run out. Executive education season is over. The Royals will move on. 66-49 in overtime today. Congratulations to Holy Redeemer. Mark, pleasure working with you today. Appreciate our crew. Rob Watkins, Johnny Mendola, they did a fantastic job. Final thoughts?
Thanks, John. It's a pleasure working with you. I thought Redeemer, 4 quarters, put 4 quarters together, win in overtime, and put a great overtime together. And I'll tell you what, we aren't surprised because I've seen them all year, but a lot of people will walk out of here and be surprised that they took down and slayed a very, very, very good team in executive education.
Well, that'll do it today, 66-49 in 5 quarters. Holy Redeemer victorious. Have a good day, everybody.